They thought Portland 2020 was their blueprint for chaos, burn the cities, terrorize citizens, and walk away rich from dark money flowing through NGOs. They thought they could do it again in Los Angeles, but the one thing they didn't plan for? Trump was ready this time. The FBI is tracking every dollar. The IRS is hunting down every funder. ICE is arresting the violent illegals who fuel the chaos. Federal prosecutors are bringing real charges with real prison time. What started as coordinated riots just became a federal investigation that's exposing the entire machine. Chinese money, corrupt NGOs, paid agitators, it's all coming out. The riot organizers are learning the hard way that this isn't Biden's America anymore. So keep on watching. And when cities burn and chaos reigns, your strength becomes your lifeline. But here's what the rioters don't want you to know. The same forces attacking your streets are attacking your body. Most men think aging drains their testosterone, but the real culprit is something you eat every day. Something they told you was healthy. It's destroying your drive, sapping your energy, and killing your motivation. The team at Sculpt Nation discovered this truth and created Test Boost Max, 8 natural ingredients that restore what modern life steals. No prescriptions, no synthetic hormones, just real results. You can watch the free video exposing this hidden testosterone killer at sculptnation.com/NNN. Link below. Because when society gets weak, strong men must rise. Okay, check this out. The federal crackdown on the riot machine has now shifted into overdrive, and the left's entire infrastructure of chaos is crumbling. Now remember, 2020, Trump learned, and now this time he's bringing the receipts. John Solomon dropped a bombshell on Just the News that changes everything. The FBI and Kash Patel aren't just watching, they are following the money straight to the source. Watch.
This is a law and order president, and he learned the lessons of Portland in 2020. LA is no Portland. Donald Trump, on every aspect of this protest, has been ahead of the left, getting assertive law and order authority in place, not letting the Democrats slow walk security. And I think at the end of the day, the first result is that this has already been quelled to some degree. And now the second big thing. This morning, Kash Patel told us, and we have it on the record up on Just the News, that they're following the money trail. The second way you stamp out these sort of movements is to choke the money supply that pays for the radios and the bricks and the organization and all of the things that we see on the street in L.A. that are clearly not organic. And that is something that never happened in 2020 under Bill Barr. It is happening under Pam Bondi and Kash Patel as we speak, and under Kristi Noem and the Homeland Security Investigations Intelligence Unit. They're fast at work, because if you can choke off the money, you'll choke off these protests pretty quickly. And I think that is a big change from 2020. You can see this administration was ready for this moment. They imposed law and order. They didn't let the media, the Democrats, or the elitists dictate the terms. They dictated the terms, and I think L.A. has been safer as a result of it.
They're tracking who pays for the radios, the bricks, the organization. Choke off the money, choke off the riots. This is what Bill Barr never did in 2020. Actual investigation into the funding network. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem then revealed another devastating tool in the federal arsenal. The IRS is now actively hunting riot funders. Watch.
With their leadership, and we also have the IRS here that's helping us track how these violent protesters are funded, what NGOs out there, what unions, what other individuals may be funding these violent perpetuators that are in these protests that take people who may be wanting to come and be peaceful, but instead turn these into very violent activities that go after law enforcement. That's just simply not acceptable. And I also
the IRS tracking violent protesters' funding, investigating NGOs and unions bankrolling chaos. These aren't protesters. They are paid mercenaries, and now we are following their paychecks. Border Patrol Sector Chief Greg Bovino laid out the reality of what's really happening in Los Angeles. It's not just about immigration. It's about removing violent criminals. Watch.
If you look behind us at these pictures on the wall, immigration's not a victimless crime. A lot of bad people, a lot of bad things are in our country now, including Los Angeles. For Customs and Border Protection, that's why we're here right now, is to remove those bad people and bad things, whether illegal aliens, drugs, or otherwise, we're here and we're not going away. Border Patrol, Office of Field Operations, and Air and Marine, you'll see us in Los Angeles. You'll continue to see us in Los Angeles, not going anywhere soon.
Bad people doing bad things are getting removed. Border Patrol, ICE, Air Marine, not going anywhere. Los Angeles is being liberated from criminal control. U.S. Attorney Assail delivered a brutal message to the rioters who thought California's no consequences culture would protect them. Federal charges hit a little bit different, though. Watch.
On behalf of my office and the Department of Justice, I'm here to show our support and our collaboration with the Department of Homeland Security in their mission to protect the American people and to do immigration enforcement operations, specifically at targeted known criminals, which is the primary focus of most of our missions to date. I want to also thank the National Guard and the military. We had judicial warrants to do what we did on both Friday and Saturday. And the amount of resistance and organized agitators that showed up to try to impede us was overwhelming. And we're really grateful to the president for deploying the Guard, which allowed us to continue our mission undeterred, to enforce the law and to keep our people and our buildings safe. And that's really important. And my office has been aggressive in bringing charges. We charged several people over the weekend who dared to assault our agents. They threw rocks, they threw stones, they were breaking up concrete. It was out of control and it was violent. And some people in the state of California have been conditioned to think that there's no consequences for criminal activity. And you know, that might be true for the state of California, but it's not true with the federal government. And we will bring charges and you will go to federal prison. This is the federal government. This is not the state government. As the president said, if you spit, we hit, and we'll hit you with a felony.
Throw rocks at federal agents, that's a felony. Assault ICE officers? Federal prison. The state might coddle criminals, but the federal government brings real consequences. And Senator Josh Hawley launched his own investigation into who's orchestrating these riots. Watch him expose the AstroTurf operation with Jesse Waters. Watch.
Senator Josh Hawley joins us now. All right, Senator, Tulsi Gabbard just said that these riots in L.A. and all over the country are orchestrated. Can you tell us anything about that?
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right, Jesse. These aren't spontaneous at all. They're about as authentic as AstroTurf. They are bought and paid for flash mobs. And I want to know who's doing the buying and the paying. That's why today I've launched an investigation. I've sent multiple investigative demands today to various groups out on social media claiming they are paying for this. They are organizing it. They are financing it. We've all seen the videos of vans driving up, handing out gas masks right before somebody blows up a car. It's time we found out, where's the money coming from? Who's really behind this? I think the American people deserve answers.
Vans pulling up with gas masks right before explosions, flash mobs bought and paid for. Hawley's demanding answers about who's financing this insurrection. DHS Secretary Noem then revealed what kind of criminals ICE removed from the streets. These aren't landscapers, they're killers. Watch.
The images that we've seen out of Los Angeles the last several days has simply been un-American by the protesters and the violence that we've seen perpetuated. Masked thugs are assaulting police officers. They're setting vehicles on fire. They're waving foreign flags on American soil while burning American flags. And they've damaged public property and destroyed private businesses. We need to make sure that we are continuing to protect the citizens that live here and want this community to be safe. Let me give you just a few examples of those who have been rioting that many politicians like Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass are defending. There was a Vietnamese illegal alien who committed a mass shooting at a graduation party in 1994 that we've been able to take off the streets. A Filipino illegal alien that was convicted of an assault with intent to commit rape that we've been able to bring up into custody and incarceration. You see behind you some more profiles of individuals that have brought into custody through the operations we have here. A Mexican illegal alien convicted of willfully cruelty to a child, and on and on and on. Those individuals and those criminals are now off the streets of Los Angeles because of the activities that have been conducted here in the last several days and will continue to operate for days to come.
Vietnamese mass shooter at a graduation party, Mexican child abuser. These violent criminals are now off the streets because sanctuary policies can't protect them from federal law. The Democrats' outrage reached peak insanity when they attacked Noem for doing her job. Watch this, Senator Padilla's trying to defend criminal aliens. Watch.
We are staying here to liberate this city from the socialist and the burdensome leadership that this governor and that this mayor have placed on this country and what they have tried to insert into this city. So I want to say thank you to every single person that has been able to do this. Also, I want to talk specifically to the rioters and to the politicians in Los Angeles.
A half a dozen violent criminals that you're rotating on your.
I also want to talk about specifically how many of our ICE agents have been doxxed for doing their duty, how they have been targeted, and how their families have been put in jeopardy, and that we're not going to allow that anymore as well. That those individuals who are purposely endangering our ICE agents and our law enforcement officers and their families will be prosecuted for what they are doing as far as perpetuating violence on them.
So what you saw there, that commotion was U.S. Senator Alex Padilla disrupting this press conference. And Kristi Noem handled it like a champ. She didn't skip a beat, right? You hear the commotion. What ended up happening was Senator Padilla got thrown down, handcuffed, and arrested. Yeah. Picked the wrong day, buddy. I mean, she said it. They're doxing ICE agents, endangering their families, all to protect foreign criminals. And she made it clear, target our agents and face prosecution. And then came the most disgusting moment yet. Democrat Congressman Stephen Lynch actually compared ICE agents to the Gestapo on the House floor. Watch.
The Trump administration has tried to sweep aside the fact that this pattern of mass deportation operation is letting dangerous criminals roam free while it picks off peaceful, contributing members of our communities. Busboys at restaurants, day laborers at Home Depot, parents who are taking their kids to school. In late March, ICE agents wearing masks and hoodies detained Rumeysa Ozturk. And those of you who watched that abduction, when you compare the old films of the Gestapo grabbing people off the streets of Poland, and you compare them to those nondescript thugs who grabbed that graduated student, it does look like a Gestapo operation. It does look like the Gestapo.
Comparing American law enforcement removing criminal aliens to Nazis rounding up Jews? This is the sick rhetoric that's fueling violence against our officers. The California Democrats just got a reality check. After Padilla's arrest, his colleagues melting down on the House floor. Watch.
Gentlemen from California seek recognition.
Parliamentary inquiry. As a combat veteran, I want to know what this House is going to do. But because a senior senator was attacked, illegally attacked, and drugged to the ground. Mr. Speaker, I move that the House now be adjourned.
The question is on the motion to adjourn. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. In the opinion of the chair, the noes have it. For what purpose does the gentleman from California seek recognition?
Ask for a roll call vote.
A combat veteran demanding action because a senator faced consequences for disrupting federal operations. They're panicking because the rules finally apply to them too. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. The riot machine just hit a federal wall, and everyone involved is about to learn what real justice looks like. No more summer of love, no more autonomous zones, no more getting paid to burn American cities. The FBI is tracking every dollar. The IRS is auditing every NGO. Federal prosecutors are charging every violent actor. Foreign money funding domestic terrorism is being exposed and eliminated. This matters because 2020 was a test run. They wanted to perfect their chaos machine for 2025. Instead, they walked into a trap. Every riot organizer, every dark money donor, every violent illegal alien participating in this insurrection is now a federal target. The Vietnamese mass shooter, the Mexican child abuser, these are the people Democrats protect while calling ICE agents Nazis. America sees through it all. So here's the question. Should foreign entities funding U.S. riots face terrorism charges? Yes or no? Comment below. And support our work here at the Next News Network. Sport some gear, and you can get it in our shop. Link below. Shop.nextnewsnetwork.com, and stand with law enforcement.